So thank you guys so much for tuning in. So today I'm here with Rosemary Swift, who's the founder and owner of RMS Beauty. Hello. We're so excited to have her here. This is her first time at Citrine, but hopefully...
It is. I love it here.
Yes.
It's a beautiful store.
So hopefully it won't be your last.
Exactly, yeah.
And what we wanted to do was talk a little bit more about the line and a little bit more about some informational stuff that you may not know, because I know you guys are already using the product and loving it. So we thought we'd dive into some more technical stuff. So if you're into that, you'll want to keep watching. So one of the first questions I wanted to ask you is about your coconut oil, right? Because we know that that's what you're known for.
Exactly. Well, is there one here? No, it doesn't matter. But I always tell people coconut oil is like the cocaine industry. You got your cheap, bad street stuff, and then you got your movie star cocaine.
I love how I'm shaking my head like I know. I do not know.
No, not everybody knows, but I use this as an example only because it makes people remember.
Yeah.
So anyway, so what I was saying, and you got your really good movie star stuff, and so the coconut oil that you buy in the market, you're getting really bad stuff and you're getting really good stuff. So no wonder people say it clogs their pores. Yeah, of course it does. If it's shitty, whoops. If it's bad,
it's fine.
Cocaine or bad coconut oil, yeah, you're gonna have a problem. But the coconut oil that I use is cold centrifuge, not cold press. Cold press still involves heat. People don't realize that. A lot of them heat it up to get rid of the liquid from the water. Okay. And cold centrifuge is a system that doesn't involve any heat at all. We're cold pressing, the machines actually heat up, so it actually technically heats up the coconut oil too. And the reason I use coconut oil is because it's really high in lauric and caprylic acid, which is what you find in human breast milk. And it's antifungal, antibacterial. And so that's why I use really good coconut oil that hasn't been heated, because you don't want the caprylic acid and the lauric acid, made weaker from heat.
Sure.
And yeah, that's...
And you were saying something, because we just did a training with you, so you were talking a little bit about, like, even with cold press, like when they are doing this and basically even oxygen hits it, it can basically creates candida.
Well, no, that was the water, the coconut water.
Okay, gotcha.
When you open your coconut, you take out the water. When the oxygen hits that water, it basically oxidizes and ferments right away. This is why all those little coconut waters that you buy they've all been irradiated and pasteurized.
Gotcha. And
most of them are fermented. That's why they have a sickly sweet taste to them. But they're not good for you. Yeah, basically you're drinking candida.
Oh.
People are gonna get mad at me for saying that, but it's the truth.
It's the truth.
It's the truth.
And so another thing we're going to talk about, because we know a lot of people nowadays are vegan, and they're concerned with even having beeswax in their products.
Yep.
And I really loved what you had to say about that. So we'll let everybody know.
Why I'm super glad people are vegans. I'm totally for not eating animals and all that. But my thing is, though, I don't understand is why somebody would want a product that was completely vegan, and yet they will, just because it has a label for being non-cruelty, they will buy a product loaded with chemicals.
Right.
So I don't understand the connotation there. In my product, we do use a little bit of beeswax, and we take the beeswax from the bees ethically and sustainably. We don't harm them. We don't take all their wax and leave them there freaking out. We take a little bit of the wax, and we only use very little in our products. But beeswax is really high in amino acids. Okay. And it's really healing for the skin. That's why we use it. And there's no harm to the bees. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to continue using a little bit of beeswax, and bees are happy. That's what they do. They make wax. Yeah. So we're not, taking it away from them and leaving them, neglected and all the other problems that are going on with bees right now. So.
And you guys can't see, but Frankie's here.
I got Frankie in my hands or my arms.
You're petting. And we're really excited because you just came out with lipsticks. Yep. Which one are you wearing right now?
I'm wearing the RMS Red. I've been wearing this for 5 years because we've been working on these. Yeah, exactly. We've been working on them so long, and I've been wearing this every kind of version of this color for 5 years now. But we finally have them out, and to a point where I was very happy with them.
Yeah, and we love them because they're super pigmented. Mm-hmm. They last all day.
Yep.
So one of the things I know you know, just in this industry period, I think people will kind of question is, we talked about a little bit of synthetics in some of those products just to achieve that color payoff.
Yes.
And sometimes people have a concern when they see that even a little bit on a label, but I would love to hear what you have to say about that.
In the industry, there is no color that makes a true bright fire engine siren red.
Right.
And you have to use a bit of synthetic. In ours, we do use a bit. It's usually less than 0.5% just to get that color, but it's FDA approved. It is food grade.
Okay.
So there are other food colorants, obviously, in the industry that are undeniably questionable.
Right.
And you know, we avoid those, of course. And you know, people will say, well, what about using carmine? Carmine is the beetle from South America, and it's not a real true red. It's more of a terracotta red. And again, we're getting into the vegan thing, so we do not use carmine. I'm just not happy with the color that it produces, and you know, it's poor little beetles.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, we love your lipsticks.
Thank you.
Now, last question.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay,
What's your favorite, like, if you can only have one product in the whole line, like your desert island product, what would it be?
Oh, but you know what? People ask me that a lot, and my first thing I say is my coconut oil, but if I'm in a desert island, I'm going to have the coconut oil.
There you go.
So after that, I would have to say the, it's really hard to say, either the beauty oil or the luminizer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. We're talking a little bit about the beauty oil too.
Yeah.
Let's end with that, because I think it's really cool to kind of talk about what's different about that oil.
Okay.
I'll grab it.
Yep.
And
I love this oil, and I'll tell you why. It's got barite oil in from the Amazon jungle in Brazil. And it is a plant that is very high in natural vitamin A and beta carotene, which is usually what they put in anti-aging creams. And it also has a natural SPF. The industry is studying it and realized that it actually has SPF qualities. And so that's very interesting for me, because I've substituted some of the other oils that I used to use in my products. I substituted for the barite oil. Now this barite oil, I also, actually this whole oil in itself with everything else in it, I used also for the lipsticks. So it's my signature oil. But what's interesting about this is I'm using adaptogenic herbs in here. So it's not chamomile, lavender, you know, herbology 101. I'm using, you know, really interesting herbs like, you know, turmeric, sarsaparilla, marigold flowers, horsetail, ashwagandha, or however you pronounce it. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. I like to add a little drama to my own word with that. It's also got St. John's wort, calms the skin. But there's so many qualities in here that really help, and it works really well for rosacea, eczema, and psoriasis.
excellent.
Yeah, so I'm really happy with this. And it has a very natural fragrance. We use a little bit of a vanilla CO2 to top it off to give it a sweet smell. And, you know, there's going to be people that are going to like the smell. I love the smell, and there's going to be people that don't like it. But I always say, hey, people like Justin Bieber's perfume, and some people hate it. So there you go.
We're definitely part of the hate group.
Well,
we'll take the oil any day.
Exactly. That's all synthetic, too.
Yes.
Whoops. No, I didn't mean that. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. That's a really...
And I think that's so cool too, because you can just use just a drop of that. You just prep the skin, and then you can go ahead and apply the uncover.
Yeah, it works
all of the great products.
Yeah, it works really well as a primer.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
You're very welcome
for being here. We are gonna get ready for our masterclass, but thanks so much for watching, you guys. And until next time, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
It's you.